Okay, so I have for you today a specimen of computer I don't usually work with, in this case an Apple MacBook Pro. And I have here my trusty Cornell ED88T electrosmog meter. And if I put it near the laptop, you don't notice any drastic increase in RF radiation. From what we can see here, it looks to be around background levels, and these are not terrible. So it's why is that? And that's because if we come up here, you'll notice that the wireless is turned off. So I've actually connected that here with an Ethernet cable. It's a little bit hard to see, but well, one of those cables back there. At any rate, I have several things plugged in here. And so basically background levels of radiation. So let's play with the settings here a bit. If we come here and go to network preferences, you can see that obviously this laptop has wireless and it has Bluetooth, or it has Wi-Fi and it has Bluetooth. So we go ahead and turn the Wi-Fi on. Okay, well that pretty much just spoke for itself. So this is just turning the radio on. It's not actually connected to any network. Right now it's just looking for stuff. And if we let it search, you can see huge spikes in RF radiation here. And I'll let you consult with the science on your own time and, see how bad these levels are. But they're pretty bad. Of course, they're allowed by our nonsensically high regulations, which are not based on health or science, but outdated science and industry propaganda. But if you look into some peer-reviewed independent research, you can quickly see that it has no basis in human health. So look at some of the biological standards for some of the numbers we see here, and you'll quickly see that. So I'm not going to connect to a wireless network, primarily because I can't hear. But what we can do now is further experiment by turning the Bluetooth on. And let's see here. I guess we can try to set up a Bluetooth device, and let's turn Bluetooth on and see what that does here. Okay, so it looks like it's starting to register. And this meter is actually not really optimally placed because the antennas are not here. They're probably further back here, or perhaps on the other side. Oh, it looks like it's probably on this side. I don't actually know where the antennas are in here, but kind of just by, ooh, that looked pretty high. Kind of just by moving it around, you can get some feel for it. And right now it's not actually paired with anything again. So keep in mind that the actual levels of radiation, if you were using a Wi-Fi network or a Bluetooth device, would be much higher than this. This is just, idly on, discoverable as this. So let me go ahead and put this back near the screen again, and we'll turn the Bluetooth off. And yeah, so activities drop down because we haven't done anything with it. But if we turn this off again and then on again, now we get very high levels right there as it looks for networks and looks for things to which it could connect. So I'll just move this around a little bit here. And I'll probably need to do that again. So hopefully that gives you some idea of just what you're looking at with one of these. Unsurprisingly, the levels are not great, as with most Apple products, so that's hardly a surprise. Apple products are pretty notorious for high RF levels and obviously just restricting what you can do with them. So this shouldn't come as any surprise. But again, keep in mind that this is just with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on idle. Obviously, when you're using it, or even when you're not using it, as you saw there, it's going to be much higher. In this case, I obviously don't have anything else I can test it with. So this is about the extent of the testing that I can do. But this should just give you an idea as to what we're working with here. If we go ahead and we turn Wi-Fi off again, now all the wireless on here is actually off. And these are just background RF radiation levels again. I don't have any other sources of RF radiation nearby. So these are basically background levels, and these aren't too bad. This is about at least where you want to be, here or better, if possible. So, but be warned, even if you are connecting your computer with an Ethernet cable, that doesn't automatically disable the wireless. And I think with these, the Bluetooth is on by default. So if you're not using them, go ahead and shut them off so you can get rid of the unnecessary radiation.